Stooch.
Yeah.
And then I'll call Marjorie.
Oh, wait. Who's Izzy? I need, here it is. I got it.
Okay. Johnny, what headset are you on? John doesn't have headphones. Kenny's on red.
No, I am. Or whatever color that is.
You're brown.
Yeah.
What can brown do for you?
Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores.
Rookie,
Hello.
what headset is?
What's this
Hi.
red button do? Oh, cough. That's a cough button.
Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores.
Ready, brah?
Well, that's why I say that.
Joe, we're rolling.
Fratelloni's Hardware and Garden Stores brings you Garage Logic Podcast number 1138 live from the State Fair, August 24, 2023. She was a hot one back in the day.
Woo.
Back in 1948 on this day, it was 98, even though we've only gotten to the 90s this week in Minnesota. It was 98 on this day in 1948 and 43 degrees on this day in 1887. I know exactly what you're going to do when you leave the fair. You're heading back to the lake, your swimming hole. You're going to take a dip. And I hope the area has been kept free of weeds. And
Do you mean
crud.
you're going to bring Kenny with you?
Yeah. Look at the outfit this hillbilly has on.
I think I fit right in.
Jeez Louise.
I'm the only one that looks like I belong here.
I hope you use Aquaside products made in White Bear Lake. They've been keeping beaches free of weeds and algae for more than 60 years. The products are made in White Bear Lake. They work quickly. They're easy to use. They've been vetted by all of the authorities. Call Aquaside at 1-800-328-9350 or go to aquaside.com.
And now, from the mayor's office, above the boathouse.
Well, the hail of
on the
flashlight
east
thing
shore
didn't
of
work
Spoon
again.
Lake, it's Garage Logic.
2 days in a
with
row.
Rookie on production, Chris Reavers, director of social media, John Hyde in the newsroom, and occasionally Kenny from the Krabby Coffee Shop. Here is
Hi,
your
GLers.
flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and
Hi,
keeper
Gumption County
of
residents.
common sense, your mayor, Joe Souchere.
Good afternoon and welcome, Gumption County residents. I was thrown for a real loss today entering the grounds. All of my touchstones have been changed. There was no little boat pond there off when you got off the bus.
That thing hasn't been in use for about 5 years.
Nope, they were on that lake last year. There was kids out there in little boats.
Number
and,
one,
you got wet when you walked by it, and
It wasn't a lake. It was a stream.
a little pond.
It was a creek.
Something.
And you'd ride cars through the creek. And
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's been out of service for years.
Those-
5
that's-
years at least.
It's a creek, and there weren't any. It was all concrete now, and
Last year it was Manure Creek.
yeah. This is Hug a Hussy Thursday.
What?
Hug a Hussy Thursday. Does John have a song?
Coincidentally, I might.
All right, Hug a Hussy Thursday.
It's the day to hug a hussy. It's the state fair, you can't be fussy. So give that girl a squeeze.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Is that it?
That's
That's
it?
it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
And food of the day
Yeah.
is the aged oysters and eggplant on
Ooh.
a stick. Yeah. And we're ready?
Yes, we are. Sir.
We're going to cut right to the traditional beginning of the first day of Garage Logic at the State Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a warm, wonderful greeting, Marjorie Johnson.
Thank you.
Hi, Marjorie.
Hi,
How are you, dear?
I'm really good. What I wonder is, are you in that same building by the grandstand that you were in when I last was down?
Yes.
Oh, good, good.
We're in
Now,
this.
we're not coming to the fair today, but Marlene and I are coming Saturday, but you're never there on Saturday, are you?
No, we're not. Marjorie, do you have food items entered in the fair this year?
I sure do. I have 9 of them.
9.
Wow.
Wow, and you are such a champion, Marjorie, that we're undergoing a campaign to get the food building renamed in your honor.
Oh, nice.
Would you like that?
That would be fun. Yeah, that would be nice.
And
Nice.
you're still in fine health, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm in wonderful health. I'm feeling absolutely great now. I still live in my house and still walk the stairs. I live on 2 floors. The first floor, I'm there, and the second floor I sleep on. Yeah.
Yep.
So I get to climb up those stairs and down every day to keep my legs strong.
Well, you're a very blessed woman, Marjorie. You're very lucky.
Marjorie, are you still
Yeah, I
smoking?
am.
Are you still smoking
By the
cigars?
way, what?
Are you still smoking cigars, or did you give them up? I think we stumped her.
Well, that
Oh, what's funny? Yeah.
Marjorie reacts to Kenny just like we do.
in a delayed, it was like a 7-second delay. Marjorie,
Yeah.
you are the all-time champion. Of course, you inspired us to recognize only winners and champions in Garage Logic, and you have always led the list for your wonderful, wonderful contributions to the state fair, and you are a world champion baker, Marjorie.
Right. Yeah, I think I know that I had the longest ribbon. It was like about 30 feet long, wasn't it? They made that for the Guinness Record book. Yeah.
Marjorie, I'm having a cartoon bubble of you and I doing this about 30 years from now.
Have you?
Another 7-second delay.
Marjorie, it's Rookie. I have a question for you. Who do you see as your replacement eventually? Who is up and coming?
Good question.
And who is going to be the next Marjorie Johnson Blue Ribbon Baker squared?
You know, I really don't know. I don't know who's the up-and-coming bakers.
And Marjorie, Rookie asked that because he wants an early in on potential new state fair guests. That's why Rookie was
Right,
asking
that's
that
what we're
question.
looking for. Well, I hope you win, Marjorie.
No,
Yeah, I do too.
Marge.
I entered 10 things, so I hope, 9 things. I wanted to enter 10, but time ran out. Yeah.
Marjorie, you are the first ever inductee into the Garage Logic Hall of Fame. And I hope you still have.
Thank you.
I hope you still have your medal. I'm noticing other Hall of Fame members here today. They wish you were here with us, but we understand that you've got to kind of take it easy and time your visits to the state fair, don't you?
Right, and I don't want to go when it's so hot.
Right.
So Marlene and I are coming Saturday. I think it's Labor Day Saturday that we're coming.
That would be a week from this Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, you and Marlene, your daughter.
Yeah, Marlene's my daughter.
And
And
she's
I'll tell you something funny. Marlene, when I fly in the airplane, Marlene goes with me. And they don't have people flying for 100, I guess. So once you get 100, then they start counting. So last year when I flew with Marlene, I was 3 years old. And this year when we fly to California, I'll be 4 years old.
okay.
Because they only go to 100 and then they start over.
Okay. You're only 4 years old then.
Yeah,
Now,
only 4. So I'm really young.
Is Marlene Is Marlene the nuclear physicist or rocket scientist? Which one is she?
Marlene is one of the doctors.
She's one of the doctors in the family. All right.
Yeah. Melanie, who lives in California and who flew for my 104th birthday. We had a big celebration here And yeah, and then to celebrate, we all went to the Barbie movie.
Oh boy.
Because-
Oh boy, the Barbie movie. Yeah.
Yeah, because I jokingly said I think I lost part of my eyesight making all those Barbie clothes.
Oh boy.
And
Yeah.
my two daughters were crazy about Barbie.
Oh boy.
And so I made those little tiny clothes.
Sure.
Say, by the way, how old are you?
Well, Joe,
How old am I?
Yeah.
39.
Oh, good. Jack Benny, 39.
Yeah. Marjorie, happy birthday. Many happy returns, and we love you, and we're going to try to get a building named for you.
Okay, thank you.
Marjorie Johnson, everyone. They're giving you a big hand, Marjorie.
Real good. Yeah, you're not due on Saturday. Yeah.
No,
So
no.
we're coming.
All right. Thank you, Marjorie.
Oh,
Thank you.
bye.
Okay.
The distinction with Marjorie is when Marjorie's kids played Barbie and she made clothes, it was just a bunch of scrubs and white lab coats, and it wasn't, she was going to have Dr. Barbie.
I think in the
That
7-second delay.
Do we
7
want
second
to
delay.
maybe start over?
I still didn't get that.
in the spirit
What?
of Marjorie
made, like,
and your
doctors. Her
attempts to
kids are
get
all
the,
doctors.
building named after.
So
I
her
think
Barbie
you should
clothes
come
is-
down
I
on a
got it.
Saturday,
I
Joe.
got it.
Too many people are talking at once, so stop it. What are you saying?
I was just saying, I think in the spirit of you trying to get a building named after Marjorie, you should swing by on Saturday. for
We
her.
will have the new Jerry Hammer here next week.
Yes.
Her name is Renee.
Renee Alexander, I believe.
Right, and we're going to lay that on heavy that I think Marjorie Johnson obviously deserves. Do you all agree that Marjorie Johnson needs to be commemorized here at the fair? Thank you very much.
Overwhelming applause on
Thank
that.
you very much.
Commemorized a word?
Commemorized? I think it is.
Is it?
I
Okay.
think it is.
Say we want to mention, and I see some people have already taken advantage of it. There is much attire, Garage Logic attire, just around the corner in the talk shop, as well as the 30th anniversary Garage Logic Gumption County map, of which, when you purchase that, a special portion of that price tag goes to my charity, Second Stork. Hubbard Broadcasting, Dan Seaman, Ginny Morris, and Joe Souchere were unanimously saying, yes, we'll give you guys a little. So in the spirit of Second Stork, please go ahead and purchase a 30th anniversary map. We'll be happy to sign it for free.
Princess Kay of the Milky Way was crowned last evening, the 70th Princess Kay, and she is Emma Kubel of Waterville. Now, when will we be meeting her, I wonder?
She's getting her face carved into butter, so
Her
we'll
head, the whole head.
probably, usually it's during the next week
That's
because
fine.
she's got a lot of activities to cover.
But that's an important tradition that we
Yes.
meet Princess Kay. So we're looking forward to
I think
meeting
what
her.
he's really asking, Matthew, is do we have any guests scheduled?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we're, in fact, do we have one right now?
Did you want to take a break? And
We
then
should
come-
do that first.
Not
Let's do that, and we'll
necess-
come back with our
okay.
our welder is here.
We have a welder, but there's a reason for this.
Right at the circle
I
there.
lost the cosplay thing. I don't know where that went, that sheet that Kenny prepared.
I took it away,
Oh.
and I didn't prepare it necessarily, did I? Don't blame me for this.
It's cosplay of the day. Dirty Daisy Dukes and tube tops for the gals, and acid wash jeans with cut-off tees for the fellas.
It's just
Isn't-
like
isn't
we
that fun?
predicted. It's
Yeah.
just a horrible failure.
Yeah.
Do they still make halter tops?
That's not
See-
part of the tube tops deal, Rook. There's no halter tops mentioned here.
Well, you know what? The funny thing is you remember the Twins used to have that promotion? It was halter top day or whatever.
That's right. That's right.
And I remember being there every year, and now it's coming crystal clear. Bob took the kids to halter top day.
right.
I remember going every year. I just figured that out now that Bob, my dad,
Yeah.
brought us all on halter top.
Why
night.
don't we take a short time out here at the Gumption County State Fair, and when we return, an important and interesting State Fair guest. Huh? I don't have anything. You didn't give me anything. You didn't hand me a thing. That's all my stuff that I brought.
nominated segment on Garage Logic Live at the Minnesota State Fair is brought to you by Giggles Campfire Grill. And we want to thank Giggles Campfire Grill for supplying the crew with some food today. Make sure you stop by their location on the southeast corner of Lee Avenue and Cooper Street, right there at the North Woods. I've heard they sell beer at Giggles Campfire Grill.
He's not just a newsman, ladies and gentlemen. He's the guitar-playing newsman. Thank you, John. That's wonderful. That was very nice. Very nice.
Could you just keep playing while I read this? That'd be nice. Yeah, I want be my accompanist. And GL, we'd like to thank Courtyard by Marriott in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Roseville for providing lodging for me during the State Fair. $5 million renovations just completed, contemporary lobby, sleek modern rooms at the Courtyard by Marriott, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Check out the brand new outdoor Courtyard. Almost done there. It's the perfect getaway during your stay. They're located just off 35W in Roseville, near virtually everything. Everything's a short drive. U of M, the fairgrounds, the National Sports Center, Rosedale Mall, amenities, free high-speed internet, everything you expect, and it's all brand new. Ergonomic chairs, well-lit desks, meeting rooms, nice spacious rooms, and you know what? Giant TVs and very comfortable beds. Voted by guests as TripAdvisor Certificate Excellent Award winners. At the Courtyard by Marriott, you'll find all the comforts you expect. Just a short drive from downtown Minneapolis on Center Point Drive in Roseville.
We're joined by Tevin. Tevin, what's your last name? You got to turn on Kevin's mic.
There we go. Tolzien with a T.
Tolzien. Now, I've met 2 Tevins in my life. You're
wow.
one of them.
Okay.
That's the only Tevins I've met, or you and the other guy.
It's a very foghornable name.
What, is it really, or is it Scandinavian?
If you've only met 2 of them, no. My parents just pulled it out of nowhere.
Why don't you foghorn that just to be safe? We don't know for sure.
Just to be safe.
Yeah. Now, why are you here, son?
I am here because my beautiful wife has a stand in the West End.
Oh, where's she?
She's right between. She's
Right
working
now.
the booth.
Right now.
She's in charge. She's
Why
the
don't
boss.
you go back and
Yeah,
send
why
her
don't
down
you
here?
She would be much more
over here.
valuable, but
Yeah.
she didn't feel confident trusting me with the booth.
And she does what, or you both do what?
She and I assist perform permanent jewelry welding. So I assume you're wondering what permanent jewelry is.
Yes.
Permanent jewelry is you take a chain and custom cut it to the length that the customer would like,
Right.
put it on, close a clasp, and actually weld it on.
And it's never coming off.
It's never coming off.
See, that would drive me crazy.
Does it matter where it goes?
We do have a limited option for the fair of bracelets, anklets, and necklaces.
Okay.
Nothing in between.
Anklet would work for me. You, though, maybe finger size.
The is this a something that you and your wife have invented?
No, it's probably caught on as a trend in the last 3 or 4 years, and it's
Okay.
just been growing in popularity.
Now, how long have you had a booth at the fair?
This is our first year.
Is it going well? Well, it's a little early to tell, isn't
The
it?
first 2 hours had been going very well,
Really?
from what I heard.
Really?
And
And you're in what I used to call the teen area. You're up here on
sure, the old Heritage
That
Square.
used to be the teen heartthrob area up there 60 years ago.
Sure.
It's Heritage Square. And what is your outfit called?
Well, it was Heritage Square. Now it's the West End.
I see, West End. What is your deal called?
It is called Always Northern Permanent Jewelry.
Always, and this is what you do year round?
She actually just started doing it in June.
Really? So this is just what have you done before that to put food on your family?
I work for a local lighting manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
We're one of the last made in America lighting manufacturers.
Wonderful.
She was a registered nurse by trade, got burned out during COVID,
All right.
and has always been very crafty.
All right.
So she had done some wood signs. We have a CO2 laser cutter
Wonderful.
that she works with and has been doing that for the last 2 years.
Wonderful.
So-
What's her name?
Her name is Katie.
Katie. All right.
By permanent, you mean forever?
Yeah, you put it on. You have to, cut it with a saw to get it off.
Well, you could cut it with a wire snip or even a sharp scissor, but permanent in the sense of 5 to 10 years, not in the sense of 50 to 100. Not as permanent as a tattoo,
Are
but
you looking for a volunteer to have one?
I would love one.
What did you bring with you,
So
Kevin?
what I
Where's
brought with
Izzy?
me is the arc spot welder,
Yep.
a portable power device, and
All
I
right.
brought 2 options for chain.
Okay. And they
Look.
are
They are. This one has gold with hearts. You can see
That'd look good on you, hillbilly.
That's what
How
I
are you
was
going to
thinking.
weld that? That's really small.
And then the other one is similar to my necklace, just a little smaller, a silver.
Izzy, are you down with
little
this?
bit
Come
more
on up here.
masculine.
Embarrass yourself in front of all these millions of people. He's going to put this on you, and you're not going to be able to get it off
Who's
forever.
Izzy?
This is Izzy.
Who's Izzy?
She's a troublemaker.
All right. You want a little heart thing there?
you
Who
wanna-
are you? Huh, lady? Who are you?
I'm just a friend, I guess.
A friend of who?
Kenny's.
Really? Are you from the wilderness?
No.
Up north?
No,
Are you from the sustainable city?
move it up to here, Iz. Yeah, there you go.
Why are you here?
Because she's going to have this jewelry put
There
on
you
you,
go.
meathead.
Izzy, there you go. And this is Tevin. He's a welder.
We're getting
And,
a live demonstration right here on the stage.
You don't talk much, do you, Izzy?
Well, not
I
to
don't know.
weirdos like you.
Yeah.
Just weirdos like Kenny.
So what
Yeah.
is the process?
You are
Tevin?
shaking, dude. There's
I
no
know,
way.
I'm
I
live
cannot
on
let
stage.
Izzy. He's shaking. Are you a little nervous?
Don't be nervous.
Is there something wrong with your knees, Izzy?
I have tendonitis in
Oh,
both of them.
I'm sorry. Do these help?
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
He'll be buying those next week.
I have knee pads.
Got it.
Yeah.
Too much information.
Now,
TMI, bro. TMI.
Izzy, shouldn't you have a job or be in some kind
He's
of
in the lighting. He's in
school?
lighting company.
I mean, Izzy here.
Oh, Izzy, yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you at the fair?
Why are you here at the fair anyway, Izzy? What are you doing?
I just like to be here.
Is that too loose?
No.
No, that's good.
Did you get yourself to the fair, Izzy? Did you take a bus?
My
or-
mom took me.
Your mom's here? All right.
Be honest, it's kind of frightening riding with your mom, isn't you? She's not a very good driver, is she?
She is.
Now,
Oh.
Tevin has a couple of tweezer-like tools, and he's working on this bracelet on Izzy's wrist, and this apparently is what you would have done up at the Always Northern kiosk up in the West End, where you can get permanent jewelry.
Where you used to hang out and troll for chicks 60 years
that was
ago.
the teen area.
60 years ago.
That's where the bands would play.
Yeah.
I may actually have you come rest your hand on the
Now,
machine.
just so those of you know, this is Facebook Live today and YouTube Live today.
Really?
You can even rest it right
Really?
here.
So some of these cameras are sitting right
Couple
there.
Hall of Famers here. Yep. And then welders. Now it's look at that.
Don't look at it, Izzy. You can't look at
Oh,
welds.
you're right. I should put on my welding glasses.
Yeah.
Good
The
call.
welding is coming out.
Close your eyes. You know what, Izzy? Look at the massive crowd. That won't
And
make
this-
you
Yeah,
nervous
don't
at all.
let it
Go
make
ahead.
you nervous
Look
at
at
all,
the crowd.
huh? Not at all.
And this young woman is going to have a permanent bracelet.
And don't worry about him shaking like that. That won't hurt you, scar you for life.
Do we still have the bell?
The,
Oh, no. Can I have a cow thing?
I'm unaware of the bell.
One of the green cow things in there?
The cow thing.
You know, after 30 years, Gumption County residents, wouldn't you think they would have popped for some bleachers for you? Isn't that something? I appreciate you so much. You have to stand there. At least it's not hot right now. I know we almost died, and I know
Are you done already?
we're
I
boiling.
hope so.
I didn't even see any
Well,
arc
he's
or
got,
flash
small
or
arc
anything.
welder, small arc welder.
Yeah.
That is very
we are
cool,
not
Kevin.
done.
Now, Izzy,
One
would
more.
you? No, he's not done.
One more.
He's got to permanently
measure.
attach that to your skin.
Now, Izzy, you realize we have a really mean team of lawyers. So if something goes wrong here and you're thinking about suing us, don't
Just to
even
come after me.
Yeah, go after him, not Hubbard Broadcast.
You know,
right,
I have
you're
not
good.
smelled. I've not smelled any dope yet on
Hey,
the fairgrounds.
dope. That's the game I'm going to play.
All right.
Anytime somebody smells weed,
Yeah, I've smelled no dope.
and it's green. That's from the moo booth.
Did you leave the weed at home today?
I don't have any.
Oh, okay.
Good girl.
All right.
right.
Thank you for your help.
Look
Now,
at that, Tevin.
show
That's
suits.
fantastic. That is beautiful. And you can leave the booth. Now, what would that cost, Tevin?
Our bracelets for gold are $70.
Wow.
For silver, they're $60.
But that's real gold.
It's gold filled.
I
So
see.
gold plated is 5 10,000ths gold.
Yeah.
Whereas gold filled is 5%, so 500ths. So
Boy, that's-
100 times more.
Did you ever think you'd come to the fair today, Izzy, and leave with gold?
No.
Isn't
By
that
the way,
fantastic?
you can pay me later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thanks for being a
Thank you.
volunteer.
Let's
Thanks,
hear it for
Iz.
Izzy, ladies and gentlemen. And Tev.
And Tev is up at the West End.
West End.
With Katie, and thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
It's kind
Thank
of
you
a
for having
GL
me.
thing to do.
Yeah.
Got a little welder there and the whole deal. That's
Now,
fantastic.
Tevin, you did mention the Fog Corner. Are you a listener?
I am a listener.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, for at least the last 6 years daily.
Wonderful.
There we go. Now, were you someone that had to be shown how to convert from the radio to the podcast, or did you pretty much figure that out on your own?
I was ready to go with the podcast.
Good, good.
Well, here, Rook, I found Tevin's email.
There we go.
You go.
Just in time.
3 weeks later.
Thank you. Right.
Thank you very much, and we'll be back shortly. But first,
State Fair Bunga Bunga.
I would like to tell you that EcoFun Motorsports is out here. They're on Underwood Street, next door on the north side of the large yellow Sweet Martha Cookie Building. Wait, is that it right there? Is that Underwood Street right here?
Yes.
Well, EcoFun's right over there. We have several State Fair deals.
No, wait a minute.
Huh?
That's not. They might mean the other one.
We are
The
all
other one up by Machinery Hill.
Okay. Just says we are all set up on Underwood Street next door. Next door, meaning us, I think, on the north side of the large yellow Sweet Martha Cookie Building. EcoFun Motorsports. One of our fine staff will go over and verify that. But when you're on the fairgrounds, they have State Fair specials at EcoFun. All Bintelli scooters are buy one at the regular price, get a second one at 50% off.
I'm being told by a staff member here that knows how to ride a motorcycle that it is on the Sweet Martha's
Right
up
here.
by Machinery Hill.
Up by Machinery Hill?
Yes.
All Yamaha, Bintelli, and Scootstar electric bikes are buy one at regular price and get one at 50% off. All Tao Motor Kids ATVs are buy one and get one 50% off. And all dirt bikes are buy one and get one 50% off. That's fantastic. Also the golf carts, the ATVs, snowblowers. Kenny, they're adding snowblowers, side-by-sides, and ATVs. They'll move any snow we get this
We
winter.
call them trowers, snow trowers.
These are the strongest offers EcoFun has ever had for the State Fair. Get up to their State Fair booth or visit the Forest Lake and Burnsville stores. Sale prices at EcoFun are good through the end of the fair while the product lasts. GL Forest, the Forest Lake store will take an extra $2,000 off the already low sale price of any Vanderhall, Venice, or Carmel Roadster in stock until the end of August. They're down to 6 left at Forest Lake. You mentioned GL at the Forest Lake store on Highway 97, just west of 35. You'll get another $2,000 off the Vanderhall Roadster. EcoFunMotorsports.com.
59.6.
That doesn't count at the fair.
Okay.
That's all made up at the thing.
I have an issue here because none of this stuff that I'm searching for is like, see all this? Johnny, are you ready? Kenny, same thing here. I'm going to do a mention, and then Johnny's going to take it from there, and then you do your ad. All right, we ready? Okay, sounds good. Hold on, Johnny. All right, here we go. Hey, some of you in the crowd are showing off your Such on a stick. Thanks to the official Pronto Pup vendor of the Minnesota State Fair for helping us bring those to you. Check out your Such on a stick for all of their Minnesota State Fair locations. And don't forget to visit the Talk Shop over in the back, Johnny Height, where you can buy all of your merch. It's almost like we didn't practice what we were going to do for the last 15 seconds before we decided to broadcast live at the Minnesota State Fair.
GLers, check out MapleGroveLockandSafe.com to see all the available Liberty safes from our guy Rich at Maple Grove Lock and Safe. Rich has some exciting news to share with us during the State Fair. It's the 10% off Liberty Safe Labor Day State Fair sale. It runs August 24th through the 13th of September. The Liberty Safe, of course, you've heard me say it, it has no equal. The best one available, constructed right here in the United States of America by Americans using materials procured from these 50 states. Fully transferable warranties and the best fire protection in the business. And during the State Fair, GLers can take advantage of the 10% off Labor Day sale along with the wonderful financing options available. Get rates as low as 0% APR for 6 and 12-month loans. Be sure to ask Rich about setup and delivery. Maple Grove Lock and Safe, 6901 East Fish Lake Road, and on the web, maplegrovelockandsafe.com.
Say, I want to acknowledge that in the crowd are GL Hall of Famers. Marjorie was a Hall of Famer. Big John here is a Hall of Famer. Matt the poet, the GL poet's here. Stacy the GL geologist is here. And somewhere is the experience. The experience is here. He's got his medal on. Thank you for being here. And,
wait, the experience? This is a new guy, the experience.
Ingy.
Oh, Ingy.
All right.
Hi, Ingy.
And now food is being brought to the
Well,
to
one of
the
our
table.
sponsors to the broadcast today in Garage Logic is Giggles Campfire Grill.
Uh-huh.
And here on stage, people are clapping for, that's a cheap trick, Giggles, to bring food by and have everybody clap for you. Now,
let's get Giggles. Giggles, you have a real name?
I do have a real name.
What is it?
Timothy Weiss.
That's right, Tim Weiss. All right, take it away, Tim and Rook.
well, first and foremost, how many years have you been at the fair?
Since the year 2000.
Since the year 2000. And you're up by Machinery Hill.
Cooper and Lee Street, right next to the water tower. Yes, sir.
And it's only the first day through the last day that you have to come and do the fair, right?
Yeah, right. Don't I wish. I think Joe was up on his moped, wasn't he, at your daughter's grad party?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
I think so,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. And then what kind of, this weather, is this good food buying weather? What's the
Today
best
is.
weather?
Today is
Perfect.
Is a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also likes 95 and humid because he's selling beer up there as well.
What is this, Giggles?
Yeah,
What'd you bring?
if you guys can stop kissing for a second,
Those-
tell us, what did I just eat here, Giggles?
Those are walleye lollipops.
No wonder.
Walleye lollipops.
They are amazing, and it's one bite for guys like me. Just
Where do you get the walleye?
Such, watch this.
I can't tell you that.
Fresh, though.
Watch this.
I'm not surprised.
That walleye is going to be swimming up stream in a little
God.
bit here.
Well, we thank you
Yeah,
for your
Tim,
sponsorship today.
He's been with Garage Logic for many years, and we do appreciate it. And this gives him the opportunity to say, come up to Giggles and have a beer and have something to eat and enjoy the fair.
One of the best patios in the entire fairgrounds, by the way.
Tim, do you stay out here or do you go home every night?
I go home every night.
But your booth, you've got people there guarding the door, right? Guarding the beer?
I do have people overnight there, yes.
Okay, so that's
Kind of a camping situation.
I guess I won't. be
Isn't
up
it called the
there then
Campfire Grill?
It's called the Campfire
Well,
Grill,
there's people
yeah.
there that camp there every day.
That's nice.
And guard the premises. Thank you, Tim.
Thanks.
It's been great.
Good to
It's
see
been
you.
great. And I love the Minnesota State Fair.
All right. Well, so do we. That's why we're here. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to
Jim.
Giggles
Bye-bye.
Campfire Grill for sponsoring Garage Logic.
And
on
you know what?
day
You know
opening
what?
day.
You know what Giggles did too. These got passed out among the Gumption County residents.
That's just a little taste.
Just
That's
a
to bring
little
them up
taste.
there. They're
Yep.
probably all going to walk up there right after the show.
All right, thank you. We're going to go now directly
Tim, that's amazing. Thank you.
to John Haidt's remote news bureau here at Garage
Bureau?
Logic.
I have
Thanks, Tim.
I have a bureau now?
I upped you to a bureau.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
You know what, Tim? I could use a beer to wash that down. You send your guy back down here. Yeah.
Buy one. I know where you can buy one. Yes.
It's day one at the Minnesota State Fair, as you probably all know. Discounted admission tickets for adults and kids at the entrance gates. I have a confession to make, by the way.
Yes.
I walked in with my guitar and amp and all my stuff, and they wanted to look through everything.
Yes.
So I just walked in and did all that, and I didn't realize it. Nobody ever asked me for a ticket.
Really?
Yeah. So
It's a new mechanism this year, and some of the gals up there who've been taking tickets for 60 years are worried that they're going to be put out of a job.
really,
Oh, of a digital?
Because now all you do is show your ticket to a screen. So I told one of the gals, I want you to have my ticket. I don't want this machine to have it.
I think, John, the real reason you brought this up is that ticket is for sale right now, isn't it?
well, you know, 10, maybe a little discount,
Yeah.
10, 11 bucks. What
Yeah,
the hell?
yeah.
You know. All-day specials, by the way, offered on Mighty Midway and Kidway rides and games. Stop by Dan Patch Park for fun with science, technology on STEM Day. That'd be right over here, right?
Yes.
STEM
Yep.
Day right behind
Science,
us.
technology, and English, and math.
Wait, seeds and STEM?
Yep.
Or just
Seeds and
STEM?
stems.
I don't smell any weed.
That's tomorrow. Seeds
Okay.
and STEM Day.
Oh, yeah. Weed day tomorrow.
Read day tomorrow. At the grandstand tonight, the Black Keys and other music of note today at the Liney Lodge tonight. The Bacon Brothers. Yes,
Oh,
the,
boy.
The actor Kevin Bacon and his brother Michael have a band, which actually is a decent,
And when Kevin's interviewed about that band, he loves talking about his acting career.
Yeah, I think you're lying now, aren't you?
I am.
I've
Why
heard
don't you get him on the show?
I've heard they're pretty good.
Yeah,
actually-
they're
they
not
actually
bad.
are.
Does he
They're not
play his
bad.
own music?
Yeah.
Yeah, they write their own stuff, and
they're
they,
there
they do
tonight.
covers also.
Got it.
Oh, I see
Usually we
I
hear
see
a
what you did
band
there.
tuning up about this time of day. We have not heard that from
I
the
think Kev
grandstand.
may have slept in today.
Well, they're not on the main stage. They're at the Liney Lodge.
Oh, okay.
So we would hear the Black Keys if we're going to hear anybody.
Yeah,
else.
and they're not. I don't hear
So-
them tuning up.
Nope, I don't either. As you already told us, Joe, Emma Kubel of Waterville is
Yes.
the new Princess K of the Milky Way. She's the 70th
Yeah.
crowned last evening. Last year's Princess K, Rachel Rinda, laid the tiara on her head last night, and she will be on GL, as you guys said, probably at some point next week.
We've met 30 Princess Ks.
Really?
Each unique. Each princess had their own quirkiness.
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
I think so.
But all from dairy farms.
You are correct, sir.
Haha, commonality, yes.
We've been following the Goodhue Police Department thing that's been going on, and now everything's official. During last night's City Council meeting, Goodhue's mayor and City Council approved a contract with the Sheriff's Office to provide law enforcement coverage for the rest of this year. It's a deal worth $43,500. That's the amount the city will pay the Sheriff's Office, and it puts at least one deputy in the city for at least 6 hours a day. Last week, remember, city leadership approved resignation letters from the police department, including its chief. A former officer with the department told a TV station in Rochester city leadership had ignored the chief's requests for higher pay and better recruitment efforts.
So how Goodhue can't have a lot of crime. It's a pretty small town.
I wouldn't think
I
so.
think they'll be okay. I hope. Yeah.
Speaking of small towns, I have a correction to make that somebody sent me.
Try that in a small town.
They were correct. I said Velva yesterday, North Dakota.
I got that here. I got an email.
Yeah, I
You're
messed
wrong.
up. I know. I've been there too, which makes it even worse.
Please inform John that Velva was the home of Grandma Dots.
Dots pretzels.
Are they Grandma Dots?
They're just Dots pretzels.
Please inform John that Velva is not north of Minot. After 3+ years of driving from Minot to Minuteman missile sites throughout North Dakota, I think he will find it is southeast of Minot on Highway 52, signed Bob G.
Yeah.
Are missile sites those things that from like war games?
Yes.
They have, yeah.
They're disguised by a house in the middle of a.
Or
okay.
just shrubbery.
Tell me what happened with this police department. I missed this story.
They didn't get paid well enough, so they walked off.
So they up and quit.
They all resigned, yes, including the chief.
And now it's been all taken care of.
And what's the name of the town?
Goodhue.
Goodhue's. And what's the population?
I don't know. It's very small. It's outside of Rochester.
Like less than 1,000.
Towards
I
Winona.
would bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking, Kenny, the bosses are always looking for spin-off podcasts. We should start the mansplaining podcast.
Well, that's a bad idea. But speaking of the boss, I asked Dan, one of our bosses, to tell our other boss, Ginny, to bring me out some Fireball because I forgot to stock up on Fireball before. So the real test is on to see just how loyal Ginny is to us as a show. Is she going to bring us Fireball?
I would bet not.
I would bet she might.
Well, I would bet not.
You know what? We got a 50-50 chance.
That's right.
I'm thinking, though, I was there for that conversation, and Dan just kind of laughed at you, so I'm thinking he didn't even mention
Plus,
it
it's
to
going to
her,
be
so.
tough for you to sneak those little bottles in your sleeve.
Are you almost done with the news, or are you still going here?
I have plenty, Joe.
Well, let's hear it.
Of course, the last 2 days, I never get to do any of the news. Oh, I'm sorry. A sandstone man. Explain to me how this happens.
I'll try.
25 prior felony convictions.
Yep.
Is now facing multiple charges in connection with several incidents involving stolen cars. Brian Berriger is 33 years old.
Yeah.
Who's charged on Monday. He's got 25 prior felonies.
That's amazing.
How is he out at the age of 33?
He shouldn't be.
He was charged on Monday with 2 counts of fleeing a police officer in a motor vehicle, 1 count of first-degree damage to property, and 2 counts of receiving stolen property. All this happened around August 17th when he stole a luxury vehicle and then stole another vehicle. He had to be boxed in by numerous police cars, and he didn't give up at that point. At that point, he just kept revving the engine and running into the police cars.
Good plan. Really good plan.
I can't. What town is this?
That would be Minneapolis, Hennepin County.
Oh, well, that's Merrimore reality.
He is from, let's see where he's from. He's from Sandstone.
I see.
This all ended, though, in Minneapolis.
I wish I could tell you, John, but we don't have much of a criminal justice system anymore.
What we need more canines. It'd be fun to release the hounds on a guy like this, wouldn't it? Just let him, work him over for a couple 10 minutes.
He did receive a dispositional departure in 2022 on a felony vehicle theft charge in Mille Lacs County. At that time, when the judge said, just don't do anything else wrong, he already had 25 separate felony convictions.
Isn't that something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I got this story from Kenny.
Well, look at Trump. He hasn't in jail yet. Yeah.
Had to go there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Connor Halsa is just days away from his freshman year at Moorhead High School and more hockey. He has a summer vacation story that'll be hard to beat.
Wait.
I sent you this story?
You
no,
did, yes.
No, I have this. Save this.
Oh, so don't do
Is
it?
this the guy with the wallet?
That's it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got that.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I got
what
that.
an idiot this guy
No,
is.
just
skip
stay
that.
quiet
God.
until I bring it up.
I'm so angry.
Stay quiet until we get to it. I
All
only
right.
saved it to get your
All
reaction.
right, all right.
Chris, let's have a meeting on the air. Are we taking a break here or no during the news?
Ah,
No?
ah.
Okay. All right. Last night's Republican presidential candidates debate, high grades in polling afterwards went to Nikki Haley and Chris Christie.
I couldn't watch this. Too much yelling.
I had the same
I
issue.
gutted through it.
I gutted through
It
it.
The
was.
most
It was
perfect 1 hour teleplay ever done on television was last night. It was season 6, first episode of the Rockford Files called Paradise Cove, in which Marianne Hartley was the guest star.
Okay.
I think it was at a time when she and Garner were doing Polaroid Christmas
Yes.
commercials.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
And there's not a sour 1 second in the teleplay. It was just one of the most wonderfully done shows ever in the history of television.
You're saying they had chemistry.
Yes, and I'm not being facetious.
And this was an episode of Rockford Files.
Yes,
Why are you calling it a teleplay?
I was just going to say.
Why are you so posh all of a sudden?
How many
The
people
hell?
in the audience
It's a
call
TV
it television show?
Teleplay.
Teleplay all the time. Hey, how's your teleplay show?
Ahoy,
Last
Ploy.
night?
Did they take donations for muscular dystrophy? What the hell? Teleplay.
Hey, Kenny, you know what teleplay
television
I saw
show.
last night?
You know what you can do.
You are hoity-toity.
Yeah.
No wonder nobody can
Boy,
relate
if
to
only
you.
we weren't out here in public.
Last Saturday night on Star Trek.
Was that a teleplay?
Mariette Hartley was on that teleplay.
Really?
She and Spock had.
Well,
a
I
little thing
just,
going.
I just have a fondness for her. So there you go.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
Is she
that's
still
fine.
alive?
I don't know.
Okay, just checking.
That's so sad, man. Everybody in the Rockford Files is either dead or 90.
You know why?
They're old.
Well, they made the show 50 years ago.
I get you. Yeah.
A NASA scientist, Joe, has revealed she's absolutely certain there's alien life out there.
So am I.
Did you watch that on a color set? Yeah,
You got
you've
three. Wow.
Yeah, we got two of them. Why?
Good, good. I just wanted to know.
I'm picturing a puppet show for some reason.
Well, anyway, it was either that or the debate. It was no
I see.
contest. Yeah.
You could have watched the Yankees break their 9-game losing streak.
I don't really care about the
Who did
Yankees.
they play, John?
They played Washington. Aaron Judge hit 3 home runs. Dr.
He's
Michelle
good, isn't he?
Should
He
do
is
that
good.
every day.
Dr. Michelle Thaler works as a scientist at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. As she says, I definitely think we'll find life on another planet. I think in our own solar system, we're quite close to it, but once again, we don't have that 100% thing.
No.
She points to Mars. She says, we see chemistry that on Earth, if it were here, we should say is due to life. But that question is, how well do we understand Mars, and are we being fooled by something? The exhibit that she was at features pictures from the James Webb Space Telescope. Dr. Thaler thinks life could be much closer to home than Mars.
So this,
There could be aliens on this fairgrounds.
You kind of
Well,
wondering if she's
yeah.
legit, Such. I
No,
mean,
no,
I
she's-
wonder how she feels about the vaccines for COVID
I don't
or
know. There
yeah.
could be aliens among us.
climate change.
Yeah.
What's her opinions on those?
Speaking of climate change,
Speaking of,
well, okay, we had 2 hot days. Big deal. You
Hey,
get
over
'em-
Volk.
Get them every summer.
We got a Volk sighting. One of the
Where?
greatest Volks ever.
There he is.
Tommy Barrett.
Yep. And today, again, we were supposed to die because of heat. It's about what, 72 degrees, 73 degrees?
Yes.
It's just gorgeous. Yep.
pet turtles have been the leading cause of a recent salmonella outbreak, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. 11 states have been impacted by the recent outbreak, causing 26 people to be infected. The main cause for this is the illegal sale of turtles with shells less than 4 inches. These turtles were federally banned after causing many illnesses. However, people will still sell them online, at stores, at flea markets, and at roadside turtle
Flea
stands.
markets?
You ever seen a roadside turtle stand?
No.
And I have attended many flea markets. I have not seen that yet.
Pet turtles of any size have the capability to carry salmonella germs, even if they appear to be healthy and clean. This is why the CDC has shared tips on how to prevent getting salmonella from pet turtles.
John, in my area, you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a turtle stand. They're everywhere.
They say make sure you wash your hands thoroughly after touching or feeding your pet turtle or touching its enclosure. Very important, do not kiss or cuddle your pet turtle.
All right.
What was the joke? I'd rather have a talking turtle.
There's a euphemism in there somewhere, too. Turtle, turtle head, something.
frog.
I'm not sure what it is.
Make sure you keep the turtle out of areas that you eat or drink in and have designated cleaning supplies for your pet
Such,
turtle.
have you ever faced down a big snapper in your backyard?
I have.
Yeah. What'd you do with it?
I didn't do anything. I just let it be.
Yeah.
Ran in the house.
Did anyone hear me discussing octopus the other day? A documentary. I saw getting a nod here. I'm getting nods. All hail the flashlight king.
Hail you.
I share your fascination and appreciation for octopi. The discussion in the last few podcasts with the Dum Dum sparked a marine memory from Doc Ford in a Randy Wayne White novel.
Okay.
All right. In the book 12 Mile Limit, Doc is perplexed and mystified as to how his stone crabs continue to go missing over a period of months from one of his specimen aquariums. Suspecting raccoons or other vermin, he installed heavy covers on the top of the aquariums and added clamps. Nothing stopped the theft. After installing surveillance cameras, the culprit is exposed as 2 octopus in a separate tank, just as in the Jacques Cousteau experiment. More astonishing, the second octopi, in the last few seconds of the tape, covers the lens of the camera and crushes it. Mr. White's character, Doc Ford, said, everyone at the marina knows that octopi, like manatees, are among my very favorite animals. I don't think it's a stretch to say the author is speaking through his character here. That if the dum-dums are mocking you, Joe, then they are mocking Randy Wayne White. Mr. White is a resident of Fort Myers, Florida.
Wow.
Fort Myers is a city in the state of Florida.
It is.
Mr. White is
Wow.
an American.
Wow.
Mr. White is a friend of Garage Logic. And as such, I cannot stand by and let the dum-dums disparage Mr. White and, by extension, the United States of America. In conclusion, as members of the phylum Mollusca, an octopus is a mollusk, like a snail or clam, but that's where all similarities end.
Really?
They are intellectual giants of their phylum. They have the most complex brain of all invertebrates, and they are a hell of a lot smarter than most animals that do have spines, and that includes some people I know. Friends in Mollusca, Nick Steele, Gumption County, west side of Spoon Lake. I appreciate that. And today, John,
Yes.
today on the NPR site, or MPR, here's why 6,000 octopuses like to be under the sea at an octopus garden. I won't
That's,
read you
yeah.
the whole
It's
thing.
a Beatles reference.
But off
Please.
the coast of California, 6,000 octopuses are huddling around an extinct underwater volcano 2 miles below the surface. Most of them are brooding females, and it goes on to describe why they're doing this. You know why they're doing it? Because they're pretty damn smart.
Huh.
That's why.
Let's go to the GL geologist, Stacy. in
I
the
have
crowd.
something a little
Where
off
is she?
topic.
There
I'm
she
right here,
is.
Joe.
Yes.
And I was going to tell you, and I haven't watched The Great Octopus, my friend teacher.
My
Yeah, I looked it
teacher,
up,
the octopus. My
exactly.
teacher, octopus.
I will. I looked
No,
up this morning.
my octopus
This is the
teacher.
My octopus teacher. But as a child, my dad had saltwater tanks, and we had octopus as pets. I am not kidding you.
Really?
I tried to look for pictures. I couldn't find them this morning. But you were right about the one we got. We didn't know it. She was pregnant at the time.
Yep.
So she had a whole bunch of babies. They're about the size of your pinky fingernail
Right.
up in the corner of the tank, and she spends her whole life just putting water on them to feed them, and
Yep.
then she dies.
Yep.
So
Wow.
there
The
you go.
mom
Great
dies?
ending.
What's that?
The mom dies?
The mom
The
dies.
mom dies.
Yep.
What part of the octopus do you eat?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Can you cut off a leg and then
Yeah.
keep growing and you can eat that?
I've never,
and
I've
then
I
never,
don't know.
Sprout
I've never
a new
had
leg?
it, and I'm going to be very euphoric and tell you now I will never have it,
Wow.
Why?
just to honor them.
What if
I
it's
won't.
good?
No,
I've had it before.
calamari is not octopus, is
Yes.
it?
Yes,
No,
and it's
calamari
very
is
good. I
squid.
had it last week.
Calamari is squid, I
Well,
thought.
Squid and octopus, they're
Close
similar.
enough.
And
Same diff.
I'm not going to stop eating calamari.
No, keep going.
Yeah,
And oysters.
Yeah.
but
It's
I'm not going to order an octopus to eat the fish.
Suit, you see who we
They're
have
not a
waiting?
fish, are they?
See who we have waiting in the wings?
No.
To your right?
Oh,
Why
our
don't we-
friend Doris in the Garage Logic
All right,
Hall
well,
of
while
Fame.
we're setting up her animal, today's State Fair animal, I'd love to tell you about another booth at the Minnesota State Fair, and that is Spiral Light Candles, located inside the grandstand. You walk down that main staircase, they're right at the base of the staircase. You can't miss them. They have limited supply of the cylinder index candle available right now. You don't even have to have the secret handshake. You just say, LaRook sent me over for the cylinder index candle, and they'll have it all set for you. Wonderful, wonderful, brand new scents this year, including the State Fair mini donut. That smells divine. So do yourself a favor. Yeah, they've got a website, spirallightcandles.com, but really, they want you to stop by their booth. They want you to know that they have an ample supply right here in the grandstand for you to purchase, and you can bring it right home. They are not boring candles. They are beautiful candles that burn in a circular motion. So be creative with your candle, be creative with your scent, and be creative where you buy it, and that is Spiral Light Candles in the grandstand. Tell them Rook sent you.
Sure am.
Johnny, are you ready?
Should we do it out the break?
Hey, we can do it.
Joe, I want your help with this.
What?
You ready, Ken?
It's Positive Thursday here at the Minnesota State Fair, and to celebrate, I have a piece of Americana for us, Such. This month in 1938, Red Schoonover approached Harry Slowick, owner of Midway Ford.
Yeah.
What else did Harry and his wife Marie start?
Didn't they do the Coliseum here at the fair?
Harry and Marie. Harmar Mall.
Harmar, that's right.
Red Schoonover goes up to Harry, gets a $50 loan to open up Schoonover's first shop, pretty close to here, Snelling and Marshall.
Snelling and Marshall.
About a dozen blocks from here. There were good years, there were lean years, and now 85 years later, Red's grandson Mike has finished renovations on the all-new and improved Schoonover Body Works and Auto Care. They're on 1060 County E in Shoreview. The shop, everything's complete. The shop, the office, the lot is poured. The sod was laid down this morning. They got a little pond in the front. It's really cool. They're wrenching on cars to beat the band. And the owner, I asked Mike this morning, so you got your own private restroom? Not only does he not have his own private restroom, he goes where everybody else goes. He's the one that keeps the bathrooms clean.
Well,
and
he should.
stocks them.
He's the owner.
He's the guy, yeah. As countless GLers and the entire staff can testify, Schoonover Body Works and Auto Care, it's an amazing place that we can bring our vehicles, and Mike is a hell of an owner. Whatever you need auto-related can be found at Schoonies, from engine repair and maintenance to tires, brakes, and whatever. It's the best body work you'll find here in the Twin Cities and the official body shop of Garage Logic. We're talking SchoonoverBodyWorks.com.
You ready, Johnny?
Yeah, sure.
Where's Rook? Oh, Rook's right there. Sweet. Hey, Rook. I do need a Carboni's at some point.
Okay.
Okay.
She seems a little nervous, Doris. Are we going to be okay up here? Do we need to go inside?
Okay.
I think she wants to be on stage, actually.
Ready, Johnny?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, here we go. Hey, make sure to head over to the Hire a Pro GL merchandise shop and check out all of this year's State Fair merchandise. And while you're there, you can pick up a Garage Logic 30-year anniversary map and help support Rookies charity, Second Stork.
That's my farm report music from when I was a kid.
This is Doris Mold. She is an animal wrangler, a member, charter member of the Garage Logic Hall of Fame. This woman single-handedly has turned me into virtually an agricultural expert, haven't you, Doris, over the years?
Well, I hope so, Joe. We've
And-
spent enough time together.
And you've brought a wonderful-looking cow here.
Yes, we have a wonderful cow. It belongs to Heather and her family.
Hi, Heather.
And we have Tinkerbell with us. I'm going to let Heather introduce herself and just tell a little bit about where she's from.
Let me see if I can guess the brand of this cow. Scottish Highland. No? A Western Omaramaka. Now, what is this cow?
So Tinkerbell's an Ayrshire.
An Ayrshire?
Yep. She's
Never heard of that one before.
She's a three-year-old Ayrshire.
Oh, Ayrshire.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
My husband Jason and I raise Ayrshires down by Lake City, Minnesota.
Okay.
We've got, so Tinker's a 3-year-old. She's had 3 babies. She actually just had one here a week ago. She had a little boy. My daughter named Peter Pan just after her.
Okay. Kind of a theme there. Tinkerbell's the mom. Yeah. What a fantastic looking cow.
So actually,
Has
Joe,
a little white towards the rear, doesn't it?
yes,
Doris?
she does. Ayrshires have many different patterns, but they're red and white,
Yeah.
often dark mahogany kind of color,
Right.
and some some can get almost to the black looking,
Oh,
but
boy.
it really is dark red. Now, Joe, you said you've never had one of these on the show, but every 7 years we have Ayrshires, and actually the very first time I think we were on the show, I have a photo of us with an Ayrshire cow.
Really? Well, I
But
guess
that was a long
Remember that
time
one,
ago,
Joe?
so
Yeah.
might not
What's
might
the-
not be that memorable.
What's the pouch in the front?
The pouch?
With
The-
the kind of
oh,
a- that's not milk, is it?
no, that's not. That's
What is that?
well, her.
Is that a
Well,
bosom?
No, no.
That's a fanny
the,
pack.
the bosoms, as you refer to it, are called teats and udder, and that's at the
That's
swimsuit area.
In the swimsuit area.
Area, right.
Yeah. Well, what's this giant thing
So
in
this
the
is
front?
this is the brisket.
Oh, the brisket.
Okay, and so if
So
you
that's
like,
what you'd eat.
if you like corned beef on St.
Oh.
Patty's Day,
Oh,
that's,
yes.
that's where you get that
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
How soon will we be eating this cow?
Well,
Before the sun goes
hopefully
down.
not very soon, Joe. If she stays productive, she'll stay in the herd.
Because her worth is the milk.
Right, her worth is the milk. But yes, most dairy cows do have a career change at
Sure.
some point.
Yeah, they got a
And-
midlife crisis, don't they?
And sometimes, if they're not producing well, or if we can't get them pregnant again, then they will move into beef instead of
I
dairy.
see. What? Go ahead.
While she's nursing and has this young one, she's taken out of production, correct?
No, while she gives more milk than what a calf, a modern dairy cow gives more milk than what the calf can consume.
Oh.
And so we actually milk her and feed the calf separately, is in most dairy farms.
Oh, so the calf isn't bellying up to mom 20 times a day.
Usually not. There are a few dairy farms, grazing dairy farms, that will keep their calves out with the mothers.
Yeah.
But then it really is kind of a challenge every time you bring them in for milking. Then
Yeah.
I will say this, Doris. I
lunch
think
for
she's
all.
one of the calmest animals we've ever had here.
Well, actually, she was moving closer to the stage because she sensed what an expert cowhand you are,
right,
Joe,
right.
and really thought
That's
she'd
right.
cozy up to you.
Put a
so
hoof on the stair.
Now,
Yeah.
when will she be competing?
she didn't get signed up, but some of the other herd mates in our showcase herd that Heather and brought will be showing on Tuesday of next week.
Oh boy,
Is there a separation anxiety between her and the little one, or she doesn't care?
doesn't care.
A lot of dairy cows don't care. They're kind of modern working women.
Yeah.
And so leave the child into
Leave her with the
day-
sitter.
leave her with daycare.
I got
yeah.
a career here.
How
Yeah.
long will that newborn? How long will it take until that newborn is full grown?
The
Full
newborn,
size.
well, full grown would be about 2 years of age.
Okay.
But in the case of a bull calf, will grow more rapidly usually, and so we're talking probably between 14 and 18 months.
And
They'll
he-
be full grown.
Will he remain a bull and be
It-
put into service as a stud, or
It depends on the genetics. In this case, no, he'll become steaks
We get
and
to eat 'em.
hamburgers and stuff
How
like
old?
that.
How old is Tinkerbell?
3 years
Her
old?
birth date is on her ear tag, Joe.
Oh, I see. She just turned 3 in June, the end of June. What a lovely creature.
and we brought some
Looks
gifts.
like she's ready to be milked.
Well, she was milked at our 10 o'clock milking, so
Oh,
she.
what's
but
she do
has,
next?
She has a very capacious udder, and she's refilling it
That's
for the
what I was
next
gonna
time.
say.
He's
Yeah.
doing
Capacious.
visuals. Yeah, it looks like he needs to be
Capacious.
milked. Let's go.
Rook, you
So-
look like you need to be milked.
So we did bring some gifts. First of all, Reavers, we brought you a new pink water bottle.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
yeah.
Okay, you know,
Fantastic, yeah.
and
The
we-
Moo Booth.
We've got one for Rookie too, because Rookie is in touch with his feminine side, as
Very
we know.
in touch. Very in touch.
One genome short. Just one gene fired the other way.
I can
Yeah.
polish a toenail better than anybody
That's
on
right.
this staff.
Okay,
Yep.
Look
So-
at these Moo
and
Booth
we-
keychains.
keychain for all of your cylinders here. Gang.
Don't
Nice.
tell
So-
me you have never given me anything, Doris.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
There we go. So when you're riding around in your fancy rides, you
Yeah,
can use those.
yeah.
But we appreciate, the opportunity
How-
to be here. And
How many Hershires are there on the spread?
how many do you have on your farm?
Yeah.
We have 22 cows.
Okay. They're beautiful. They're fantastic. Thank you for bringing that animal. And what a nice animal.
She's
Just
lovely.
a nice gal, isn't she, Doris?
Yeah, they've all been really nice. We've had 2 milking demonstrations, some of the calmest cows we've had.
Yeah.
And people actually, if you are interested, can come down to the milking parlor and moo booth, and at 1:30 we're going to be hand milking one of her herd mates.
Oh boy, okay.
She looks kind of depressed to me, Joe.
No,
I wish could we cheer her up
I
somehow?
don't think so at
Is
all.
there
I think
something
she
we could
looks
do?
great. I think she looks just fabulous. It's a beautiful.
She's not depressed, Kenny. She's just kind of warm. I think all of us have been a little warm the last few days, and she's ready.
Can you ride a cow?
Well, some people have. I had a friend in 4-H that used to. He had a cow that was very calm, and he used to ride her, and she seemed to
put up with
There's
it.
a
Put up with
punchline
it,
in
yeah.
there somewhere that we're going to stay away from.
Well, thank you again. Just wonderful that we have today's State Fair animal, and always that's because of Doris Mold, our animal wrangler.
State Fair animal.
I think Doris went in the charter class of the Hall of Fame.
Oh, for
Yes.
sure.
I was number 2.
Number
Wow.
2. Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
right after Marjorie.
Followed by Doris. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
that's fantastic.
Thank you.
I'd
Thank
like
you
to
for
keep
having
track
us.
of that. Yeah.
And I have to thank our outstanding crew. It's not me alone. It's everybody here and a lot more back at the barn.
Where's the kid with the pail and the broom?
The husband got that duty.
Anything to stay in show business.
I think he must have said something wrong to Heather because he got the poop pan
He got
this
the
time.
wrong end.
Marjorie, and then Doris was second. I'd like to remember in what order the original class of inductees were inducted. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow, Doris.
I'm sure.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Thanks,
that
Heather.
every medal recipient, Joe, knows the order in which they were chosen.
Do you know
That's
the
my
order
guess.
in which you were chosen, John? For your medal, do you know when you were chosen? Were you maybe at the tail end, an afterthought?
We had a couple left sitting around.
Yeah. There is a date on it, huh? There is no date on it. So Marjorie was first and Doris was
You
second.
know, while we're talking about this, Joe,
Yes.
while I was over there preparing the guitar a little while ago, do you remember the fellow that wanted us to put a chair up here for him?
Yes,
He
the
had
experience.
He had his lawyer here.
Really?
Yeah, Ingy had his lawyer here, and he wanted to talk to us. But I said, it might not be a good day.
No.
So
He has mysteriously disappeared.
no, I just saw him somewhere.
Do we drive him
There he
away?
is. He's hiding. He's right over there.
The experience is acting very unexperienced.
Very calm.
No. See, this is
Oh, he
what
just
Kenny would
ripped
say.
into a
Let's
Italian
not
dish.
wake up the sleeping baby.
Do you know that NASA has discovered a sunspot so big?
How big is it?
It can be seen from Mars. It could release. Don't we get? Is this one part of the new climate BS? We get these warnings about every
Sunspots
couple
all the
weeks,
time.
don't we?
We've
All
had
the time.
sunspots forever.
This could get solar storms that knock out the Earth's power grids next week.
Oops.
Has it ever happened?
No.
No.
What about Northern Lights, though? Is it going to give us a show?
I would imagine that it would.
yeah.
Sunspot Baby sure had a real good time.
Well, she packed up her bags and she moved on down the line.
Thank you, Bob Seeger Jr. Well, anyway, we're going to have a bit. Maybe next week when we're at the fair, the power will go out and some little kid will get trapped at the top of the Ferris wheel,
Whoa.
and it'll be a big production to get him down.
You know what's neat is when you walk into the new entrance over here, you can hear the people screaming on the giant ride. What's the one that everyone goes in a circle in a giant loop?
It's called a Ferris wheel.
No, it's not a Ferris wheel.
The Sky Ride?
No, they're in the individual carts, but you can hear them screaming.
The Mad Teacup.
Sorry, I brought
Remember
it up.
those?
Yeah,
Remember
the
those?
Mad
Hatter?
Mad Mouse was at Como.
Tilt-a-whirl?
Mad
No.
Teacup.
It's my favorite.
No, the big thing. I know what Chris is talking about. The
Yeah.
big thing, and it
You
goes.
can see it right from the
The
parking lot.
bouncy house?
We
Oh.
walked by
How
it.
many Gumption County residents always go to the fair on the first day of the fair? Oh,
Me.
look at that. Look at that. There's Scott, never afraid and always pushing back. Look at that.
How many are here every day?
Where's Ingy?
The experience is here every day. That means somebody's not getting their mail because he's supposed to be delivering mail.
He just lets it build up
Yeah,
until
just-
after the fair.
Keeps it in a trailer in the back.
That's a big
Our
dump.
version of Newman.
The Tuesday after Labor Day is a big day for
Do you
him.
recall? You recall?
See what you did?
Here he comes.
See what you did?
Here he comes.
Told you, don't wake up the sleeping baby.
Hi, Ingy. Nice to see you, buddy.
Thank you. Just for your information, I did work with a man who carried the mail whose name was
Newman.
Newman.
Wow.
And every morning he was greeted the same way.
Noted.
Newman?
Noted, yeah.
Newman.
Until he went postal.
Yesterday, I was wondering how C.S. Lewis was able to come up with the idea of the failed academy.
Yes, you were.
Back in 1949 or 50.
Yeah.
And, of course, Bill Stein comes through again. You were wondering what was going on in C.S. Lewis's time when he wrote Screw Tape Proposes a Toast. The Cold War opposition between the West and the communist world is explicitly discussed as a backdrop to the educational issues. Screw Tape and Other Demons are portrayed as consciously using the subversion of education and intellectual thought in the West to bring about its overthrow by the communist enemy from without and within. In this sense, Screw Tape Proposes a Toast is more strongly political than the Screw Tape Letters, wherein no strong stand is made on political issues of the day, such as World War II. And I would add, I am reasonably confident that that's the first time C.S. Lewis or Screw Tape has ever been uttered on the grounds of the Minnesota State Fair.
Or GL. You haven't spent a
argue
lot of
that?
time
No.
talking about C.S. Lewis.
No, I haven't. Now, I was going to get to this, Kenny, and you seem to be aware of this story, as did John. I think I stole it from him. We have a fellow, a 14-year-old named Connor Halsa. He hooked a wallet full of money that was lost by an Iowa farmer a year earlier in Lake of the Woods.
Was it in a Ziploc bag?
Instead of celebrating the catch of a lifetime and a minor miracle, a teen angler from Moorhead is enjoying a consolation prize and the knowledge he made a conscious choice to do the right thing.
You need a bigger font there, Pops?
Connor Halsa is days away from starting his freshman year at Moorhead High School, but he's already had plenty of excitement thanks to something he reeled in on a recent family fishing outing on Lake of the Woods. That's a big lake. He thought he had a fish. He told WDAY in Fargo, North Dakota. Sure. WDAY. Instead, Connor reeled in what was on the end of his line, and his cousin netted it. Not a walleye. It was a wallet loaded with $2,000 in cash.
What's the farmer carrying $2,000 in cash for?
Well, he's on vacation.
Probably on his way to the fair.
Let's just wait till he's done here, and then we can attack.
Okay.
Yeah. $2,000 is a lot of money to a 14-year-old, but along with the dough was a business card with a phone number on it. Connor and his family didn't think twice, nor should they have. This is not common surface money. It's too much to be common surface money.
Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Wow.
Making the call that would lead them to Jim Denny, an Iowa farmer who was fishing on Lake of the Woods a year previously when he dropped his wallet overboard. Think how long the wallet was in Lake of the Woods. Wow. The water was rough, and I was sitting on the back of the boat, and the boat was rocking and pretty good, and it just must have worked out of my pocket and slipped off into the water, Denny said. Denny didn't know his wallet was gone until he went to pay the resort bill for his trip and found himself embarrassed because he didn't have a penny to his name.
Yeah, typical guy from Iowa.
They had to
right?
float me the money for the whole deal. I didn't have. That was the sunkiest feeling I ever had, he said.
Sunkiest?
Sunkiest.
Are you done?
Now, he recently went to meet the young angler and collected his wallet, and the thousands were entered. He offered Connor a cash reward, which the teen declined.
Well, at that point, you take it.
Jim gifted him a fancy personalized cooler and took the entire Halsa family out to dinner. Isn't that sweet?
I'd rather take the cash.
Isn't that sweet? He also gave the young man the ultimate compliment. I would take Connor for a grandson any day, and I would fight for him any day.
Wow.
Bum-ba-dum. I think it's
Very
great.
nice.
I think
Very
it's
nice.
great. The kid did the right thing. Absolutely
Only
the right.
a windshield licker from Iowa would go out on a boat in rough seas with a wallet with $2,000 in it. Who the hell does that?
A farmer who I think took the precaution of wrapping the wallet in a Ziploc bag.
He deserved to lose it. The money was gone. The kid, another windshield licker. That $2,000 to a kid, that's like 3 years of beer right there.
Yeah.
He didn't have to tell anybody. Could start using the credit
Connor,
cards,
Connor.
fake ID. I don't see any good things happening to this kid for the rest of his life.
When I came
he is
in,
doomed. He is going to be played for a sucker
Connor,
until the day he dies.
The views of Kenny Olson do not reflect that of the mayor and his staff in the mayor's
Seriously.
office above
Okay,
the boathouse on the east shore
but
of Sioux
seriously,
Lake.
obviously, the kid did the right thing. But who goes out on a boat with $2,000?
Farmer Denny, and he had it in a plastic bag.
Do you even take your wallet on the boat? No, that stays in the truck. You don't do that.
Yeah, I don't have any money in my wallet anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly.
You know, with
Not a
that
problem.
$2,000, he could have got change from you when he bought the cirrhosis of the river.
Yeah, I think it was a wonderful story, and I think that the young fellow is to be exaggerated.
my story is not that exciting. At the state fair today, I came in through the gates. Some lady was sitting on the park bench crying her eyes out. I said, "What's the matter?" She said, "I just lost $200. Felt really bad, so I gave her $40 of the $200 I found about a half an hour earlier.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there.
I felt bad for her.
The right thing to do in all of these cases is to take the cash, drop the wallet in the mail, send it back to him. That's the right thing.
That's
to
a
do.
lesson learned.
That's
Lesson learned.
That's Americana right there, Suchi boy.
Americana.
Americana is giving the money back to its rightful owner. $10 you get to keep. $2,000 you gotta find the owner.
Oh, so there's
There's
a
a
cut.
limit.
There's a number. He's got a number.
We've defined what I am. We're just cutting the margins.
Okay, what if he found the bag? There was no wallet, but the Ziploc bag was full of cash. Then what?
You keep that.
Well, that, yeah. You
If
get
there's no identity, and don't give me that. Let's go to
What?
the police BS.
What if, as he was out in the boat and he had the cash in his left hand, the wallet accidentally slipped back into the lake?
No.
Then we're okay, right?
No.
before he could look at the ID.
Yeah.
He dropped the wallet back in the lake.
I don't know how you people
We're
sleep
going
at
to
night.
miss seeing a guest, not a guest, a CI girl who we've seen every year at the fair, Julia Johnson, who writes us frequently. And she's now returning to her life as a teacher after educating her own kids at home.
Oh, wow.
And so two of her adult kids were at our Chanhassen Dinner Theater extravaganza a week ago. And she was too. And she says good luck, and she will not be able to join us this year because she's going back to work. But Julia, I know Julia. You've
That's a
all met
bummer,
her.
yeah.
You've all met her. And I have just more information than I could.
She won't be entertained like all the swarm of people here are today.
Well, John, I think it's time for us to take a time out. And why I'm telling you that, I have no idea.
Why do I have to know?
I don't know why you have to know that. but
Well, before we do that, I need to remind Rookie that we want to thank Carboni's Pizzeria of St. Paul and Egan and Inver Grove Heights for helping to provide all GLers out here with the bag from the merch shop, because I know they were nice enough to stop by yesterday and drop off some pizza for us, Carboni's Pizzeria. And Rookie, you're a frequent visitor of that. Which one?
Inver Grove Heights.
Inver Grove Heights.
Bill's got the Inver Grove Heights.
I got the Rookie special. That was pretty good yesterday.
It was fantastic. And I'll tell you, his buddy has got the Egan store and the East. Well, it's on East 7th. It's just outside of downtown. But it's a really, really good Carboni's pizza. And I know you just it's pizza. No, Billy takes time, and he's a really, really, he's a connoisseur of pizza pies. And the stuff that he made last night, I like mine a little bit well done and crispy. Between the sauce, the cheese, the freshest cheese, and the freshest ingredients.
Well, the veggie pizza that I wolfed down last night when I got home, I mean, that was basically a salad.
I didn't quite try the veggie. If I was into that, I would. But when you do that, I go to get subs. They'll heat up your subs for you. Fantastic. Baked ziti. They got all sorts of menu items. So check out Carboni's in Inver Grove Heights, Egan, and that store on East 7th Street, and let them know that the Rook sent you. And Billy will see you at the fair.
I have a request for a ruling. Where's this?
Nope, because I need to do one here. All right, Johnny.
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to do a liner. You start
Uh-huh.
playing your bump, and then I'm going to do Hofferman. Okay.
Okay, do you want me to keep playing? Or
Yes, that's fine.
odd?
Yes.
Yeah,
All
you're
right.
odd.
All right, here we go. Hey, become a town council member today. Get a free $10 Fratelloni's gift card along with other great benefits, and only during the state fair. Enter code FAIR to get your first month absolutely free. Johnny Height. And hey, while I've got your attention, don't forget about our friends at Hofferman Water and Connecticut. I had some neighbors over the other day, and you know what? They complimented my drinking water system, and they really liked it, and they're going to make the call. And you should too, because it's one of the greatest decisions I ever made. Our water was terrible, and we improved that, courtesy of Hofferman Water and Connecticut. Get on the schedule today, 952-894-4040. Or you can just visit their website, HoffermanWater.com. You get that new system from Connecticut and Hofferman, and it makes everything in your home better. The showers, the laundry, your drinking water, everything. 952-894-4040 or HoffermanWater.com. Hofferman Water has been proudly serving the state of Minnesota for over 50 years. Please tell them that you heard about them on the Garage Logic podcast.
Say Scott Matura for Montana is requiring either a ruling or a clarification.
Okay.
Is this FFLF, female fun limitation factor? Picture the two of you in a car. Could be errands, a trip across town, a long drive. Now, this is an important factor in the FFLF because these drives can vary in length for any reason. You're driving and the music is on. Could be the radio, satellite, whatever.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, your favorite song comes on. You've been waiting for it. Predictably, you reach to turn up the volume.
I'm with you.
Instinctively, without any facial expression, acknowledgement of the music being played, or words to you, she leans in and not only turns it down, but turns it lower than the original volume.
Yeah.
Still without speaking, she decides to make a phone call.
Yeah.
In 99.99% of cases, the call could have waited another 4 minutes until the song was over, yet I believe the instinctual FFLF takes over, and they are subconsciously or otherwise utterly compelled to make the phone call. I once made the Game of Flaws mistake of looking over and asking the question, "You need to call now?" It couldn't have waited a few minutes. No words were spoken. She didn't hang up while the other end was ringing. She just gave me the look. I think that's female fun limitation
I have
factor.
found that happens all the time, and they can't fight it. They don't know they're doing it.
Right.
This is just some kind of instinct that they have. And I've also found a solution that works really well. You pull over and kick them out.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
Yep.
See ya. Maybe you'll make it home. Maybe you
Grab
won't.
an Uber.
Yeah.
Thunder thigh chicken. Real state fair food or not? Thunder thigh chicken.
Real.
I'm going to say not.
Real.
It's not.
Dang.
Mama likes it hot cannoli. Real state fair food or
Again,
not?
I really hope it is.
I do
yes.
too.
I'm going with yes.
It's not a state fair food. Only because they come to Escumption County residents all the way from, now the linemen are now in the Labrador Sea.
I don't even know where that is.
In Greenland, around Greenland.
All right.
On this day in 1819, Colonel Henry Leavenworth and the 5th Infantry arrived in Mendota to build a fort at the confluence of the Dakota called Badote, where the Minnesota Wakpa. I don't want to read that one. In 1839 on this day,
Joe, today is August 24th.
Louis Judd and David Hone opened the Marine Lumber Company on the St. Croix River. That's it for this day in history.
And they did pretty well for themselves.
I believe they probably did.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. And of course, that fort that Leavenworth built became Fort Snelling.
Are we out here again tomorrow?
We are.
With?
We will be joined by Jeff Dayton for the duration
Tomorrow's
of
a
the
music
show.
day, man. We got Dylan Height will be joining his father. We've got Jeff Dayton coming out. It's really going to be
The
fun.
Lake Detective will be
Lake
here at the
Detective
Great
will be
Minnesota Get
here.
Together.
Sounds like Rook and I don't have to show up.
You don't have to.
Thank you. We'll see you
And
Monday.
I was informed before his disappearance that tomorrow here at the Great Minnesota Get Together we will be playing "Married
Forever.
That's news to me.
Yes.
That we'll be doing that because
That's a full show, Chris.
Pretty much.
We going to get all that in?
I think so. We'll find a way.
I think, has he prepared the questions?
Now we're going to use the same old crappy questions we always use.
That's my fear.
Yeah.
All right.
As we play Married
Forever.
Thank you, GLers.
Yes, and like we mentioned, don't forget, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you visit garagelogic.com, and if you haven't done so, look at signing up for the Garage Logic Town Council, because as we mentioned, you're going to get that free Fratelloni's gift card along with other great benefits, and of course, only during the State Fair, use the code FAIR to get your first month absolutely free. And don't forget to subscribe to the Garage Logic YouTube channel, and our buddy Pat has been busting his behind making all of the video accessible on both Facebook and Twitter. Yes, so all of you people are getting your Garage Logic fix. For those of you that aren't able to join us here at the Great Minnesota Get Together, thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.